We're coming to you live from our studios at 24. Welcome to MX Breaks. My name is Kwabena. We are coming up. Producer price inflation for October pegged at 8.4%. Now to the details. Producer price inflation for October 2020 was 8.4%. Now this rate represents a 1.3 percentage point decrease relative to the rate recorded in September 2020. Now the month-on-month change in PPI between September and October 2020 was 0.3%. Professor Samuel Kwabena Enim as government statistician.
Price inflation for the month of October 2020 stood at 8.4%. This compares with the year-on-year September 2019 to September 2020 producer price inflation of 9.7%. This means that over the 1 month period, we have recorded a 1.3 percentage point difference. Further looking at producer price inflation for the month of August 2020, that is from a year-on-year basis, we recorded a producer price inflation of 9.0%. This means that in the last 3 months, this is the first time that we're recording the lowest producer price inflation. We look at this from the month-on-month basis, and we see that from a month-on-month basis comparing September 2020 and October 2020, producer price inflation has increased by 0.1 percentage points. This means that the provisional month-on-month October 2020 producer price inflation was 0.3% relative to the 0.2 that we recorded for the month of September 2020. This literally means that prices of goods and services at ex-factory prices, otherwise stated from the producer's point of view, on a year-on-year basis have gone up by 8.4% and on a month-on-month basis have gone up by 0.1%.
Now, away from that, Minister for Agriculture, Dr. Owusu-Efiri Akoto, has urged African countries to undertake more research in coffee industry in order to benefit from the global multi-dollar venture. Now, according to Dr. Owusu-Efiri, who doubles as the chairman of the Inter-African Coffee Organization, there's a need for African countries to undertake massive investment in coffee industry to boost its global competitiveness. Now, Dr. Owusu-Akoto was speaking at the ongoing virtual African Coffee Scientific Conference.
Needed research outputs include innovations for better tolerance to environmental stress, higher yielding varieties, the adoption of ICT innovation, the potential to achieve transformative outcomes in farm management and efficiency, and in organizing, sourcing, traceability, and payments. Over the past decade, a steady decline in the price of coffee is also eroding Africa's global competitiveness. Since the start of 2020, coffee has lost some 19% of its market value. Under these conditions of dwindling world market prices and climate change impacts on productivity, our smallholder producers are struggling to meet operating costs, worsened by the impact of urbanization on labor costs for production. The need to develop strong internal markets cannot be overemphasized. The required outputs from research to improve sector competitiveness cannot be limited to productivity alone.
Now, following the 97 Monetary Policy Committee currently ongoing, economists have been sharing their experiences on the likely decision to be taken by the committee on the policy rate. Now, some economists who spoke to MS Business expect a reduction in the policy rate to propel economic recovery. Others contend that the microeconomic environment is not favorable for a monetary policy rate cut. We have more in this report.
The Monetary Policy Committee of the Bank of Ghana began its 97th regular meeting yesterday to review developments in the economy. The meeting is expected to end tomorrow, Friday, November 20th, 2020. Although the decision arrived at by the Monetary Policy Committee on the monetary policy rate will be announced on Monday, November 23rd, some economists have been sharing their expectations with MX24. Earlier, economist with Data Bank Group, Courage Boti, said he does not expect any change in the rate, even though inflation has been declining.
The need for government to probably spend to tackle COVID and in other critical sectors of the economy means that there will be inflationary pressures going forward. And then we also are approaching the Yuletide season where demand pressures can actually cause further inflation. So I do not expect the Bank of Ghana to cut the policy rate at its November meeting.
On the contrary, Dr. George Domfe, a development economist at the University of Ghana, expects the policy rate to be slightly reduced in order to hasten the pace of Ghana's recovery.
It is expected that because, as I said, Bank of Ghana, in about 2 months ago, came to say that the composite index of economic activity is doing better than it was during July, June period. That suggests that the economy is recovering at a faster rate. And if the economy is recovering, you don't do anything to impede, that kind of movement. You want to do something to rather enhance the recovery rate. And it is prudent at this time in their meeting, not for them to leave it at 14.5%, percent that we have. Yes. So I would expect the bank to reduce the policy with the current 14.5 slightly downwards. Not so much, because if they do it so much, it will just also it can affect inflation. In other words, now that they are inching closer to the single digit.
For MX24 Business, Frederick Adekwatin.
Now it's time to look at the performance of the cedi against the major trading currencies. We begin with the US dollar selling at 5 cedis 71 pesos, with a 0.01 differential for the buying price at 5 cedis 70 pesos. The pound sterling pegged at 7 cedis 60 pesos. The Japanese yen pegged at 0.05. Let's shift focus to the commodities market. Gold selling at $1,862 per ounce, with cocoa prices pegged at $2,583 per metric ton. Crude prices pegged at $44 per barrel. Those, of course, are the figures to rely on for those within the financial sector. But that's it for MS Breaks. My name is Kwabena Ameya. Keep watching MS24.